What's going on, bro? Welcome to the video. So today just wanted to talk about how I overcame lust, because the moment I quit watching porn and jerking it was the moment that my life changed for the better, right? So lust has always been a struggle of mine that I dealt with in my life, and I didn't know it was a problem until a 7-year relationship ended, right? Because of this problem. This is a problem I feel like a lot of men deal with and they struggle with, and they don't know it's a problem until it's too late, right? So basically I just want to share my advice, because I feel like a lot of men are going through this as well, and we just need to realize and recognize the problem that we have, so that way we can fix it. And me sharing is my way of providing for you guys, so that you can identify the problem and fix your problem as well. That way you don't make the same mistake I did, right? So that is why I want to share my story, share what I was going through, and basically how to overcome that, right? So basically, as a young man, your testosterone's high, you hit puberty, it is normal to engage in lustful activities, and it just becomes normal throughout your life, right? So in this world, we are prone to watching porn or sexual things at a very young age, right? Because it's like, for right now, I feel like it's a lot more easier accessible because of the technology that we have. And it's right at our fingertips, right? You can literally just type in any website, go on Instagram, go on Twitter, Snapchat, TikTok, all these sites, right? All these apps, and easily find these thirst traps and get caught into that trap and get into that endless mind loop, right? So like at a beginning stage, I'm sure we've all gone through this, is like wake up, rub one out, lay in bed, wait a couple more hours, maybe 30 minutes, rub another one out, right? It was like an endless activity, especially if you didn't have anything to do, especially summer. Now, like you young guys that are still in high school, you don't have a summer job, you're just sitting at home. I'm pretty sure this is what you're doing for your days, right? Wake up, do your activity, wait a couple more hours, do it again, rinse and repeat, right? So this is how I was. Don't be ashamed, don't be embarrassed. A lot of young guys go through this as well, and it's our duty as older men to help you guys realize that other people go through this as well, right? So lust is everywhere, and it's a problem that a lot of us have, and it needs to be stopped, because it will ruin your life if you let it, right? That was basically me, and then I ended up getting into a relationship, which then just like removed that a little bit. I wasn't doing it too much. I would do it here and there, but I always had that person to go to, like, whenever I had the desire to release and things like that, right? Especially if you've never done that with the person before. So obviously losing my virginity to this person was very meaningful, and I just wasn't releasing just to release like a random hookup or anything, right? So obviously the intention was like, had feeling, right? It had meaning. So obviously that was good, right? But then as you grow older and realize like what things you like, what and other things that you fantasize about, that's when the lust comes back into your life, right? So you start visualizing certain things, you talk about certain things, you want to experience other things as well. I think that's when the lust comes back into play, and it's like starts to take over, right? So that's basically what happened. And not having a lot of experience with women, and she was the only one, obviously I think that's why I was moving into that direction, and especially seeing certain things on certain websites. So yeah, obviously it's not true, it's just an act, and they're doing it for content, and obviously that stuff's not real. So putting those fantasies into my head was obviously not good, right? So basically this basically led me to do lustful things, which I'm embarrassed to say that I did, but it's all a learning process. And that's what life is. We go through this game of life, learning and living, and recognizing our problems, and learning from those problems so that we don't make the same mistake twice, obviously. So that being said, I'm now here on the journey of, self-improvement, self-development, building myself physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and financially. And this is one of the things that I still deal with a lot, right? As I became sober, I've done Nofap, but if you're keeping up with the channel, you know that I did relapse, and it's something that I still struggle with. It's the main thing that I feel like I still struggle with, and it was the main thing in my relationship that I struggled with, because it was just there. I let it control me. I didn't know how to control it, because I didn't see it as a problem, and it like literally took over my life, right? So basically what I'm doing now is basically just removing all temptation from accesses that I can get. So like pictures, app, websites, content. It's easily to remove all these things from your like device, so you can block those websites, you can remove the apps, obviously. And if you don't want to remove the apps, all the content that has popped up into the algorithm, you can obviously choose to not see it, right? And that's one thing I never really did up until now, is basically just hold down the thing, click not interested, and boom, it won't pop up ever again, right? So doing these things obviously helped me go into Nofap, which is pretty much not masturbating and releasing my sexual energy, and also being celibate as well. So obviously just not going out and hooking up with random people. Obviously you just want to find somebody that you have feelings for, because I feel like sexual energy is very powerful and it can control you, and it should be used for the better, right? Not for the worse, obviously. And as you get spiritual, you get more spiritual, you want to connect to the higher power, you tend to learn this and realize this. And sex is meant to be here for good intentions, not bad intentions. You can't just go out and give your sexual energy to some random person, because you're obviously not going to feel like you have purpose, like you have fulfillment. It's just going to drain your life away, right? It was put here for a reason, for us to reproduce, but for good intention, right? So yeah, how to overcome: obviously remove the content, app, pictures that you may have, and block all the websites. So do that. Stop playing with yourself, stop masturbating, stop releasing your loads into this world unless you have intention with it. And then the third thing is I basically just, when I'm out in public, I don't really look at women as objects. I don't look at them in a sexual manner. I don't check them out up and down. Yeah, you can look in their direction, but try not to have that sexual intention, like seeing her for her body and not the person that she is, right? So basically there's like a lot of other ways to desexualize your brain, but these are like the three main ways that I found that's helped me throughout my journey. And it's still a learning process. Like I said, I have relapsed, and I knew this was going to happen, because I've watched other guys go through the same process and talk about their experience, talk about their, relationship with NoFap and, not releasing semen retention. And, they have said that they have relapsed. So I knew it was going to come. It's just like, you have to go through this process in order to learn and how to deal with it, so that way you can learn and grow, and obviously, not fall into this trap again. So always learning and growing, and listening to other people's experiences can help you out a lot too. So go find somebody that has gone through the same situation, or like similar situations that you have gone through, and just basically just learn from their experiences as well. Take down some notes, that way you know what to do, what not to do, what things are gonna come, everything like that, right? So but yeah, that was pretty much what I wanted to talk about. Just lust is making men weak, and it is a problem now in society, because a lot of men, they're lazy, they don't want to do anything, they don't want to hit the gym, they don't want to better themselves, they are down mentally, they have no faith in anything. And it's a problem that we need to recognize, and we need to come through as a brotherhood and stick up for one another, and help each other out, and become the men that we need to be for this world, for the next generation. And we need to learn and grow, help and serve others in the best possible way that we can, and that is by bringing value, sharing your experiences, sharing your advice, and just help and teach others to grow as well. That way you can grow. If you guys are enjoying the content, please hit that subscribe button. We're absolutely looking freaking jacked right now. Love you guys. Hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the comment lust if you are still watching. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.